Hey guys, how you doing? Chris Bedwood here with a lesson on scale harmonization. This lesson will be dealing with figuring out what chords come from what note in the scale. While this lesson is going to be doing a lot of hand holding, I am assuming that you know how to play at the very least the C major scale. While I will be discussing the C major scale, I will not be teaching you how to play the C major scale, such as the fingerings. Alright, so with that in mind, this lesson is aimed at the beginners and the intermediates who might have gaps in their theory knowledge and are at that point where they're writing songs but they don't know what chords work where and they're spending so much time searching around the neck. This lesson will definitely help you with that. So with that said, let's get to the lesson. Okay, so like I said, we're dealing with scale harmonization. In other words, it essentially means that we are building chords out of the scale. Now we're not going to go super in depth with building chords for this lesson. This is going to be a very simplistic lesson. So we're just going to talk about the surface of things. Alright, so we're dealing with the C major scale at this position. A lot of people tend to know it here. We have C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Then we start at C again. And we could continue on, but for right now we're just going to stop there. There are 7 notes in the scale. Okay? If you were to assign a number to each note, it would pretty much be straightforward like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then the 1 again. Some people call it 8. I don't. I call it the 1 again. We use this number system to determine what chords are, well, I don't want to say determine, but quickly figure out what chords are major and minor in the scale. So the obvious C would be a major chord. D would be a minor chord. Right? E functions as a minor chord. We could play like this. F and G, which is your 4 and 5. So try to think of it as numbers as well. Those function as major chords. So we have F, G. Then we have A, kind of an important one, right? 6th note. That's minor. And then we have B. B is a weird one because it's what's called a diminished chord. So it sounds like this. I like playing it up there. And then we have C again. So the thing that you want to remember is that you want to assign numbers to these notes, and you want to think of it as major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished. And then we start again, major. Alright, so like I said, this is a very on the surface sort of thing. We're not talking about the theory of what intervals build what chord, what's this, what's that. This is a very on the surface lesson. So to finish up, we can play the whole major scale as chords if we want to. We have C, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished, and C. Now if those shapes don't look familiar to you, don't worry about it. I know the cage system, so I know how to play these same chords in different shapes around the neck. Again, a lesson for another day. But the point still stands. You can do this whole thing with any major scale at all. So you can switch it. I don't care. You can switch to G major scale. The same thing applies. You know, you still got the same formula of major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, and major. Okay, so this is a great way to understanding what chords fit where diatonically to the scale. In other words, what chords work within that scale, and also to understand songs you might be learning or to even write songs. So I hope this lesson has helped you. Please be sure to check out my lick series. Great thing building on technique and having these ideas that fit in a very musical sense, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Take care.